Going short here inside of this fair value gap. We've gotten below the new day opening gap. Stop loss just above mean threshold of this bearish order block. I want to see that act as resistance along with this new day opening gap right here. Basically, I said I like where this candle closed at consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. My stop loss was placed above this bearish order block, this up close candle. And I said I don't like this deep retracement, but I want to see us get below this new day opening gap. There we go, losing trade. Win streak comes to an end. It was a good run, fellas. I'm gonna stick around, see if I can find another setup. If it's there, I'll take it. If not, then we'll call it a day and show up tomorrow. We have a small little volume imbalance there. If you look, volume imbalance, drop down into that. It should be right here. Stop loss is below this breakaway gap. Okay, I don't want to see this traded to, not at least past consequent encroachment. So my stop loss is there. Again, only going in with one contract. Targeting buy side. Dollar's looking bearish, looking heavy. Keeping an eye on that. I'm looking at consequent encroachment of this wick. Once we get above that, I'll move my stop loss to break even, which would be just below this down close candle, just below its mean threshold. So this long wick here, keeping my eye on that level, see if we get above that. $10, 21 fair value gap. It could trade down into there. I prefer to see that stay open though, or majority of it stay open. Seeing this as a breakaway gap because we had this consolidation here, working this new day opening gap, up, down, not really going anywhere, consolidating, and then explosive move higher. So I want to see, or I want the market to tell me that order flow is bullish and it's strong. And one way it can do that is by leaving this fair value gap open. So I prefer to see that remain unfilled until we get to buy side up here. If it does trade down into it, I prefer for it to just be like a quick stab down into it, then rally, because we do have this breaker here. We really had to see some speed here. If we cross this opening price on this down close candle, I'll be treating these 4 consecutive down close candles as one bullish order block, but we have to cross this opening price right there. All right. Cross the opening price. I don't want to see this low taken out. Reduce some of my risk just a tad bit. So went in second trade, only one contract, reduce my risk that way. Trail my stop loss up by, what is that? About 2.5 handles. So good equity management. And then again, I'm still looking at consequent encroachment of this wick. Again, this is what I like to see. I said I prefer to see this fair value gap stay open, but if we do trade down into it, I wanted it to just be a quick little stab in there, and then we have to run. And that's exactly what we got right there. Stab into it just by a little bit. Want to see majority of this stay open, and then we rally away. But what I don't like is how we're taking so long to clear this high. Ideally, you want to see this original high on this retracement blasted through with speed, with momentum, and quickly get the buy side up here. Bullish order block, last line of defense, this down close candle. Nasdaq making me work for it today. It's one of the more difficult days, but it's all good. Just gotta control your risk. Submit to the trade idea. Digging once more into that bullish order block. We have minor buy side resting above these highs. Way too clean. And then yeah, let's look at dollar index here. That fair value gap I outlined on 30-minute chart, sending dollar lower, reducing my risk even more. We've already dug into this order block mean threshold here on this candle and this wick here, so I don't want to see this low taken out. Right. Gonna put myself in a risk-free trade here. Again, just kind of my thought process here. We had this volume imbalance here. While it's not a fair value gap, I'm treating this as a breakaway gap. So we've kind of worked this order block here, this candle, working this bullish order block again. This candle opens, working that order block again, and then we explode up. I want to see this stay open, treating that as a breakaway gap, even though it's a volume imbalance. That's why my stop loss, I like where it's at break even. It's below that. Now I want to see this profit objective get hit before 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock is profit taking hour. You want to be, if you have multiple contracts on, you want to be scaled out majority of your position by 11 o'clock, because at that point you're entering that lunch macro that tends to run on AM session liquidity. So once you enter 10:50 to 11:10, you can expect some sort of sell side raid, this low to be swept, this low to be swept, and then you can still see price work its way higher. Nasdaq's teasing today, making us work for it. I'm not moving my stop, it's staying at break even. Just submit to the trade idea, don't panic. Bada boom, bada bang. We didn't get 6 in a row. Got caught offside here, looking to go short, looking for sell side on the 15-minute chart. Was looking for this down here. fair value gap entry, looking to take it lower, failed to do so. Entering, let me take this off before I forget. Entering inside of this volume imbalance, laying on top of the breaker. I said I want to see majority of this fair value gap stay open. If we did, however, trade down into it, I want it to be a quick stab, and then we have to leave. Beautiful rally. I said this order block here was the last line of defense. Can't get through it. Wicking through it, respecting mean threshold. We rally. I said once we get through consequent encroachment of this wick, I will take off my risk. We blasted through it. Stop was moved to break even. Targeting buy side liquidity. Going in with half risk, only entering with one contract. I entered with 2 here. Respecting the risk, equity management. Okay, and you saw the stop loss management throughout the entirety of that trade. So this was a good learning day, good day to get better. A little bit harder to read, but nonetheless finishing the day in the green, so not bad. I'll see you guys in the live stream tomorrow at 9:30. I'm gonna edit this real quick and get that to YouTube. Have to go get a haircut and all that jazz. But appreciate y'all tuning in. Love y'all. I'll see you in the live stream again tomorrow at 9:30. All right, peace.